Year 10 Trigonometry Exam Practice Question 7. In the triangle GDM, GP equals H units, GD equals M units, G to M equals D units, and DM equals G units. So the first thing we need to do is determine sine D. So the first thing I look at when I've got sine D is I think about that relationship. The trig ratio of sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So my opposite here is H and my hypotenuse is M. So I'm just going to be going H over M. Likewise with sine M. Sine M is going to equal, again, looking at that ratio, if this angle here is my M, I've got the opposite, H, over hypotenuse, which is D. So H over D. Now I want them both to equal the same. So if I get rid of the fraction, I'm going to be left with H on this side. So I'm just going to move my first answer. Now I'm going to look at the first equation of sine D equals H divided by M. To get H by itself, I'm just going to times both sides by M. That leaves me with M sine D is equal to H. I'm going to do the same thing on my other equation. So again, I'm going to times both sides by D. If I times both sides by D, I'm left with D sine M is equal to H. So straight away now I'm able to see that I have them both equaling each other. So the next step that I need to do is make them equal each other. So because they're both equal to H, I'm able to say that M sine D is going to be equal to D sine M. Now, the last step to show this relationship in terms of the sine rule is I'm going to divide both sides by M and I'm going to divide both sides by D. If I do that, if I divide this side by M, it cancels. And if then I divide it by D. Likewise, if I divide this side by D, it cancels, leaving just sine M. And I'm still dividing it by M. So that gives me our relationship. Sine D divided by D is equal to sine M divided by M, which is our sine rule.